Welcome to episode 11 of the A-Strings podcast.
The boys are back in town. Guess who's at the table?
Who?
It's good old Shalina. Don't think that that's going to force you to have to bring more.
I'm still not going to say anything.
No, I was going to say.
It's closer to the biscuits.
That's all it is.
He'll be adding ambient chomping, slurping, and noshing. Noshing.
So if you don't hear from Tom for a while,
He's noshing. He's noshing on a ginger
biscuit.
Start again, or have we got stuff that...
I'm sure there's usable bits in there.
Okay. So we've had a 4-week break.
Yep, four glorious Tuesdays. And
Yeah.
we're back just before Easter,
Yeah.
ready to go. So shall we give people some news of what's happened in the last
Yeah.
4
Well,
weeks?
first of all, what have you learnt since we've...
What have I looked? What since we've
With regards to... My thing is, after listening to some of the podcasts, is I realise I talk over... Like, you're in the middle of saying something, and I'll go, yeah,
and we have to let
Talk
you
over.
because it's in our contract.
and it's in your contract. Yeah. But it's not always to the benefit of the podcast and things, so I'm trying my best to restrain myself.
I think listening back. That's what we're going to do in it. Lessons of listening back.
Yes.
Lessons of just to keep it a bit more free form, bit more jazz.
Right? What?
You know-
You insinuate there was some structure to the...
Oh no, we were very
Okay,
structured, and that is professional. Let's
Mm.
not mistake that for anything less than professional.
Mm.
But yeah, just a bit more conversational and freeform, I think. What do you reckon, Tom?
Agreed.
Doesn't say much, but
Gold.
when he does.
Gold. So, we seem to have... The last few weeks, April seems to have favoured us, fortune-wise, a little bit better than the previous 3 months. I got quite... listening back to all the podcasts, I think I mentioned it on the last one, that it's amazing how much of an arc those first 10 kind of took, with
It did, definitely, yeah.
things that, and it's a very good kind of, okay, there's quite extreme things happening to us, but it's a good example with regards to how, there is kind of like an evolving kind of, this is kind of like a good EastEnders, isn't it, working in the shop?
Yeah.
There's, a continuing kind of storyline, characters come and go, set changes.
Yeah.
Um,
Who shot Phil Mitchell? No, it's right. And there's always, something happening. What might be interesting for us might not be for other people.
Yeah.
But there is always something.
but that's never bothered the writers of EastEnders.
No.
So, we're just trying to think where to start. I guess the obvious thing being the Facebook thing, and we will shut up about it at some point when it just stops becoming part of our everyday lives. But
To be honest, though, people are asking all the time. Still, it's been it's been 4 weeks since we started break,
yeah,
and it was resolved. Or I was going to say resolved, but it was we'd got a page back by the last episode.
yes, we got a page back, and
People still ask.
and yeah. So, basically, the page we relaunched the page.
Mm-hmm.
Tom and yourself did really amazing work with regards to getting good content on there. So we did things in a way that we didn't do them before.
Yeah.
But part of that being, I'm not very organised when it comes to this stuff, and I was the one who started off back 10 years ago, the Facebook page. But
Yeah.
some features kind of get introduced, and then they evolve and they change and all the rest of it. So,
That's right.
There wasn't like a dedicated videos section at one point, and there wasn't like, you didn't really have albums. All these things have kind of evolved. But no, you've kind of, you did that lovely kind of video headline for the...
Yeah, which is, really, really nice. That's Tom's doing.
Yeah, we should redo it again when there's a sunny day outside because it looks a little bit grey.
Yeah, you got that grey front.
Yeah, but there was. We seem to have launched it looking really, really kind of spot on,
Yeah.
and we had an amazing response to it in the first week and a half.
Yeah, that organic sharing from people that knew us and everything was brilliant.
It got to 1,000, and then all of a sudden, it just plateaued completely. They don't like anybody getting over 1,000 without having to pay for it, kind of thing. That's what I kind of get from it. The other thing being as well is that we're really, really lucky to have support with
absolutely
regular customers who were friends with us on Facebook personally, family, friends, and all that kind of thing. So even though we got to a fairly good number in a relatively short amount of time, how many of those were actually our target audience?
Yeah.
And I say that sounds really ungrateful. It's not meant to be, but
well, it's not. Like my mother joined the page after this new campaign, and
she's got her eye on a.
She's not going to come to.
She's got her eye on a Mexican player, though. I think.
What's that? My next stepdad. Jose Fia.
I'm glad you picked up on my double entendre.
But she's not going to come to a PRS event. She does like and share the, like and share the posts.
Invited. She'd love to come along to one, but no. But yeah,
it's like it's like Pat likes everything that we post, isn't it?
It's my mum.
Yeah, that's Tom's mum. But the same thing.
Yeah,
as amazing as it would be to have Pat and Deb rocking up,
and it does help because people. The mad thing is the amount of people that quite far removed from the shop. I had somebody in the bank say, everything's sorted out with your Facebook page. And I was talking to a supplier the other day, and he spoke to somebody north of England somewhere, and they said, awful what's going on with this A-Strings business with Facebook. And so it's kind of seeped out there, whether it's, it's come about somehow. And so
Sainsbury's petrol station was mine.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. What did you do with your Facebook after?
Yeah.
20 quid and a pack of chewing gums, please.
Yeah. But for all the negative kind of things that we associated with losing the Facebook page, there has been some nice things coming. But going back to the original point, sorry, the first 750,000 people or whoever, certainly a lot of guitar enthusiasts in there, but they're known personally to us, and so with gritted teeth. Not Saturday gone, but the Saturday before, I started paying Facebook again for exposure.
Yes,
and it's working.
Ridiculously. Interestingly, we can see with the page management, we can see people commenting on the advert that we put out. So it's not just commented on posts on the page. The advert that goes out, people can comment on.
Yeah,
and we can see. And there's so many people on there that have never been to us before.
Absolutely.
And have never heard of us.
Yeah,
and it's ridiculous.
It's the annoying thing is that there are thousands of people out there that just aren't aware that as far as they're concerned, they just haven't seen a post from Facebook for ages. So we got to make a concerted effort to try and get people to actively follow and like us again. But it seems that with the 1,500 people we got following us as of kind of today, we put something up and we're getting much more of a response from...
Yeah, and I think we were chatting about this before. Because you've had this you had the old page for like 10 years, didn't you? There was a point a few years ago, wasn't there, where they changed the rules of liking a page. So you could like if you liked
follow
a page
it and
before,
not like it.
Yeah, if you liked a page before a certain date, after that date had happened, you had to elect to follow it again. So there might have been 8,000 people on your page from the last 10 years, so for example, that haven't gone on and elected to follow it again. So even though they like the page, they're not seeing it in their feeds. Whereas this new rule now, if they like it, they're following it automatically. So maybe this is working in our favour.
Yeah. The good thing is that we think we know how to manage Facebook well with regards to what produces results, and what we kind of we know that keep it light-hearted, keep it interesting, maybe try and take a bit of a sideways look at a new product as opposed to trying to do the hard sell. And so I already we've got a fair amount of likes and followers from people from just a month's worth of kind of work. It's
we haven't delved deep into it yet, but like you said, we've actively done this shop section now, where we've got products on there. It'll be interesting to see if people are going to the website that hadn't have gone to the website before because of the little shop section.
Yeah.
So we can definitely have a look at that. But yeah, we've changed the way, we've changed a few bits. We're far more active. If a YouTube video goes up, we're putting it.
Yeah. This will be the first new podcast, I think, on the new one, will it?
We did episode 10, and then we advertised the entire first 10 episodes on the Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we did. So this will be the first fresh one. Yeah.
Yeah. So, with regards to Facebook, they still refuse to give us any specific reason. They keep throwing the excuse that they don't allow pages to exist whereby they attract likes with a misleading way.
So did you speak to them?
No.
There was nothing after that sort of final...
I've spoken to them 3 separate times, and each time they've said that the internal team reserves the right not to give specific examples. And
that's bonkers.
I spoke to... I had legal advice from... with A-Strings as member of the Federation of Small Businesses. Business. And part of this is free. You get free legal advice as part of the yearly subscription. I gave them a call, and they said, "You've absolutely not got a leg to stand on. There's no contract." So
right.
Facebook promises you nothing in return for you paying them a fee for advertising. Even, so when I do a page promotion and it's targeting a demographic, a gender, an age, interests, area, all that kind of thing, and they say estimated reach, so
they don't even
5 to 10,000 people, and they give you no, so it could come back,
no guarantees.
Yeah, it could come back, and you've spent a tenner on nothing, one page view.
Yeah,
but they don't promise anything.
No.
The responsibility is how well you've put together the advert and all the rest of it.
Of course.
So, but what I'm getting at is that there's no promises. They don't promise you anything. You put the money in their pocket and you might get a result. And so off the back of it, them taking down the page. No, there's nothing being signed where they're promising us anything.
No,
it's
it's our risk.
It's our risk.
Yeah,
and it's actually something that we're acutely aware of now. But actually, any business out there that relies on Facebook, I wonder what would happen if one of the big boys had their Facebook page taken down for a similar reason. It'd be interesting to see if they paid more, for the advertising or whatever. Whether they'd have a
sort of bigger clout to...
Yeah, whether they'd be able to get in touch with people we weren't able to. So I think what it's just meant for us is that we have been very aware that we need to spread, our liabilities.
Yeah.
It's been quite an interesting month since we've done this because we've started, we've always focused a lot on the YouTube thing, but we've kind of taken a bit of a different approach to that as well now, haven't we? Because I'm not scared to kind of go into the monetization thing if you want to talk about it.
It's something that, looking at it now, I'd wish we'd done prior, especially Meteora, the big videos, the big hitters.
So explain the monetization thing with YouTube.
Well, basically everybody's monetized their YouTube, so it's kind of rare not to.
It's the adverts at the beginning.
Adverts at the beginning. Some have adverts all the way through, but we just got them at the beginning.
Yeah, and basically, the more
I think it's if people click on the advert, we get a small amount of
percentage.
Or if they watch however many seconds of it, because you're obliged to watch like 5 seconds, and then you can skip, isn't it?
Yeah. It's interesting. I was having funny enough talking today about the monetization thing, and the rule changed on that because the original YouTube monetization, there was this flat rate and it was per 1,000 views. So all these original YouTube members made millions and millions of bonkers money.
I remember that. So that's what it was. I remember something coming in a little while back.
Yeah. So now it's almost like what Google does, I think, like a pay per click job, because you can actually see on each of our videos when you go into it the ones that have had adverts sort of engaged with and things.
So we're not, we've got a substantial YouTube channel in as much as we got a lot of content on there, and our subscriber rate is
just over
growing.
3,000.
So what are the rules with it? You've got to have X amount of hours worth of...
You had to have 1.5 million views in a year, wouldn't it?
Right.
Which we'd done over.
Wow, okay. And over 1,500 subscribers or something? Or
Yeah, we've just gone over 3,000, haven't we, this
But,
week?
yeah, so as of... I think it was about 3 weeks ago we pushed the button on this.
Yeah.
And like I say, everyone's doing it. Like it's not like we're exploiting our audience or anything like that.
No.
Every single guitar channel out there and every other channel really
Yeah.
is doing it. So how many videos have we got in total, do you reckon, on YouTube now?
We are over 100, definitely. Maybe over 200. Oh, that'd be mad, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But the thing with the monetization, we shouldn't be ashamed of it because it costs us to do the videos.
Yeah. So basically what I've said
Tom
is...
and I are both being paid to do
yeah.
the videos.
So what we said is, basically now with monetizing this, we've been going for 3 weeks with it. We've got however many videos up, and I think we've earned $43. So we're not talking like megabytes or anything.
No.
Don't get me wrong. If all of a sudden you hit a viral kind of, you do something viral.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said about the Meteora. If we'd had that, if we'd been monetized before that, the spike that would have made would be brilliant.
There's a guy on YouTube that I watched his video, and it was about how much money you get from YouTube videos. And he had, I think, he had about 25,000 subscribers, so a very respectable amount. And he's called some like the English professor or something like that. And he on one day he can be reviewing a book, another day he can be telling you how to make the perfect pancake, and then the next day he can be, it
random.
really is kind of And he said, I'm going to tell you how much I earn from YouTube. And so he did all these figures and how much a video kind of gets. And then this video, bizarrely, how much does YouTube earn? And he was completely honest and open about it, because a lot of the influencers and a lot of the big YouTube stars, they don't want people to know how much they're earning, because they really are on stupid money, megabucks.
Yeah.
So he's completely open about it, and I think that it worked out that even on his 25,000 subscribers, however many hundreds of videos, and an average of 7,000 views or 10,000 views, whatever, on each one, in a year, he got, I think it was somewhere between 10 and 15 grand, right? Which you think, God, all he does is on a Saturday morning, he puts together 2 or 3 videos, and that's it. This video that, showed how well he did. Got him something like 950,000 views in like 2 days. And so he let it go for a week or so. And once he'd broken 1 million, he said, right, amazing. This is how much this video's earned me. And I can't remember the figures off the top of my head, but, it was, something impressive. But knowing where, you haven't got the same income with regards to, selling the bits that we do as we once did, any additional kind of source of revenue is good. And what we've said is whatever this earns, whatever the channel earns, obviously if it starts becoming amazingly kind of profitable, well, money's going to be spent elsewhere. But, as long as it's, as modest as what it is, if at the end of the year we've got 300-400 quid or whatever, let's put it back into the videos. Let's get better lighting, let's get a track, let's get...
a camera track.
Let's get Tom a suit.
A green suit.
But
get a camera track, because I've been dragging the cameras across the floor with a towel
and a skateboard.
It works
shots.
though.
Yeah,
the best tracking shots Tom's had so far is the tea towel trick.
Is it?
Just dragging it across the floor with a tea
That's
towel.
why we got a skateboard here. I think people thought that the skateboard was here to kind of give us an edgy punk kind of feel, but no, that was our camera track for a little while. Wasn't it?
Wasn't the smoothest either, was it?
No, towel works better.
Towel is better.
But that's what I mean.
It's little things.
At the end of the year, that money is going to be money that we would have put just as much effort into producing these videos.
Yeah, but everything that we use for the videos, like we've bought the cameras.
Yeah,
we bought the lights.
Yeah,
all the lamps,
us,
all the stuff. The only things we've been lucky with is our set.
Yeah,
but that's all from you and from
Yeah, my nan and granddad.
Yeah. So we've paid. The business has paid for everything that happens with the videos. So even in the first year, we'd only be kind of recouping what we spent anyway.
Yeah. So
which is better than it just being spent.
Yeah. So as of what? So it's the What date is it today? 15th, 16th.
It's the
16th.
16th today. Yeah.
So as of today, I think as of earlier on, we were on something like $43. And the most popular video, I think, was our HT1 versus DSL1, closely followed by the
Katana
the
one.
new
wasn't it?
the Stratocaster one. I think that you just did.
Oh, the new. That's taken. That's gone
Yeah,
up, is
yeah.
it?
I think we got about
Wow.
1,000 views on that after 4 or 5. No, you released it on Thursday.
Week.
A week, is it? Last Tuesday we released it.
Wow.
Okay, so we got, like I say, it's a modest channel, but it'll be interesting that now that Google has earning potential from us on that on YouTube, whether we start seeing a spike in subscribers or views, because we might come up as a suggested video because it's in their interest to do so.
Indeed.
Who knows? So we've got nice selection of Strats and Tellys in.
Sage green metallic seems to be our favourite at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah. Colour wise, at least.
yeah, no, they are nice. Tide Pool is beautiful. There's something reassuring about just seeing a nice, good quality black Strat with a maple neck on the shelf. We haven't had one there for a little while now, but it's just nice to get this, just the bread and butter stuff up. We got a 3-tone sunburst and maple neck coming in tomorrow, which we've waited for since November, I think.
Oh yeah. Is that
It's
the-
cancelled all now,
Yeah.
but it still is coming in. And again,
That's good.
it's just one of those things that I don't care. It's on the shelf,
No.
it's.
Speaking of new stock, can we please talk about the Squire Standard Strats that came in?
Yeah,
There's one sold on the day. One sold straight away.
Really?
Yeah. So we had a Candy Apple Red and
So-
the Aged Cherry Burst.
I ordered those in because I was looking at affinities and bullets, and there's just no stock.
Right, okay.
And I think they might be. It might be something related to a factory fire, or I don't know what it is, but it's something that's just really slowed down the production of
Okay.
affinities and bullets. And
Right.
so you kind of think, right, well, bullets and affinities have a really important place in our stock profile because people come in and they have got a budget of £200 or
Yeah.
£300,
Yeah.
and that's got to cover a guitar and amp and everything else. And depending which one it is, the bullet and the affinity really does occupy that kind of it ticks the box, doesn't it?
Yeah.
For all it's
and nowadays, there's not a bad guitar being made
no.
at any level.
No, I ordered a couple of affinities that were in stock. Most of them were out of stock. Bullets, a few of those that are in stock. Most of them were out of stock. The Stratocasters were still, we still needed some, decent kind of quality ones.
Yeah.
So I looked at the standards, and nobody ever seems to get the standards. I remember when Terry was coming around, and it used to say, "Don't bother with the standards. Nobody buys the standards." And you looked at them, and they just looked really, really good guitars. The tops, the finishes on them, specs, everything like that. And we've had one or two in for specific customer requests, and they've always been great. So why haven't we had them in? And
Yeah.
so one sold straight away. Then.
So the Candy Apple went straight away, and he was looking at, again, it's that starter guitar, and he tried an Affinity, and we had an Affinity Telly come in as well on that order.
If you're looking at an Affinity, which is 190 quid, 195 quid, whatever, and you see something like that Candy Apple Red, or what's the other one? Is it Tobacco Burst or something like that?
There's an Aged Cherry Burst, which
Aged
is
Cherry
one we've got
Burst.
out there now.
You look at that for 50 quid more, and you think,
Well, that was the conversation.
do you know what? This is a really, really good guitar, as opposed to, a good
Yeah.
guitar.
Yeah.
Something really pretty and different to look at.
We've got the nicer, in my opinion, the nicer one still here, which is the Aged Cherry Burst.
I like the Candy Apple Red one. See, when I was ordering the two in, I didn't know whether to get one or the other, and I said, do you know what? Look at the, 250 quid guitar. Let's get them both. Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
one of each. Yeah.
And but the Candy Apple Red one was the one I was hoping we were going to be able to do comparison on
Oh, okay.
between because kind of going back to the YouTube thing a little bit. Apart, we're always going to do the reviews and carry on the kind of direction of the channel that we've been doing so far.
Yeah.
But we're kind of thinking about just to kind of satisfy our own curiosity with regards to what can we do that could potentially be a really, really popular video.
Yeah.
So if we think of our top 3 videos, Seymour, the humbucker one, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's the pickup swap.
Yep.
The Versus ones seem to do
Yeah,
really well
where you're
regardless.
pitting one thing against another, and especially if they're quite similar things.
Yeah.
So we've done in recent times.
So we've done the HD. Well, it's been Blackstar versus Marshall for a couple of them. HD1, HD5s. Oh, so we've done the latest ones of the Strats and the Tellys.
Yep.
We did Stratocaster one recently, which was all the American ones.
Yeah, so one from every of the American ranges.
You've just done another one, which is the same.
Same thing with the Telecasters.
Right. And we were thinking of doing one for the Squires, so
Yeah.
what you getting different between a bullet, affinity, and a standard. Once you get past the standards, with things like the
Classic vibe.
contemporary and the classic vibes and all that kind of thing, you get into specialist area there, so you know what you're getting different there because you're getting... But, between the three kind of basic ones,
Yeah.
I think that's one that's going to be coming up soon.
My opinion is that standard is easily as good as a Mexican. I'm going to put my money there.
Really?
I think so.
Wow. I haven't tried it yet.
Honestly, you should go and get it during the podcast and tell people how it plays because it's unbelievable, isn't it?
It's nice.
Really nice. And it looks amazing as well. It stands up to the... Okay, you can see how many pieces of... it's like a 3-piece or a 4-piece body.
But you look at a 60-year-old Stratocaster and you're going to be able to see how many different bits of wood.
But the finish stands up to the...
Really?
The Elite does a aged cherry, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Easily.
Really?
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It came in and we were just in shock and awe.
Unbreakable guitar, what's that?
Right, so a company called Sandvik have produced a 3D printed, in quotes, indestructible guitar. And
why?
I know, but it's all metal. It's a metal of some kind, and titanium. And they gave it to Yngwie to see if he can smash it up. And they obviously made it for him because the entire fretboard is scalloped as well.
Is it made of plastic?
No, it's all metal. It's all but it kind of throws up the question. One, it's just one of those gimmicky things, isn't it? It is. There's no need for it.
If somebody's gonna throw a guitar over their neck, they know that they're doing it.
Yeah,
and it's potentially gonna get smashed.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to do it, if you don't want the guitar to get smashed, don't do that. Cause...
Yeah. But it does sort of raise that conversation topic of the sort of the famous guitar smashers, doesn't it? Yngwie obviously, the reason they chose him is because he does smash up his gear.
Yeah.
Townsend.
Yeah.
Nicky Wire breaks a lot of stuff live.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. The funny thing about the promotional video for that guitar is that they show it kind of being made and built and things like that. And then they show him putting it in a flight case to send to Yngwie. So today, which is Tuesday the 16th, Fender Custom Shop have announced a series of guitars for the Game of Thrones season.
You're kidding?
No.
What, seriously?
Yep. So,
is in master builds or?
I think they are master
They're master
builds.
builds, and they are amazing.
Yeah, they are. They look ridiculous.
I thought the same as you. I thought it can be awful.
Yeah.
But they are really nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Obviously put together by... They obviously enjoy Game of Thrones to the point whereby there's subtleties in there that you kind of think, that relates to Gorgon, the Emperor or something like that. I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Neither do
Really?
I. Neither do I.
No.
How do you know about Gorgon?
So what they've done is they've done a Telecaster, a Jag, and a Strat.
Oh.
And each one is from each of the houses. So you've got the Stark Telecaster, Lannister Jag, and the Targaryen Stratocaster. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Stratocaster, yeah, that's right.
Thank you. They honestly, they look fantastic.
Yeah.
The Jag is going to be serious money. They're all going to be serious money.
Yeah.
Like even the case of the Stark Telly has got the same fur lined as what Jon Snow's coat is. It's bonkers.
The Jag is gold plated.
Proper gold
I
plated.
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah. And Game of Thrones has got such a fan base out there that somebody somewhere is going to be able to afford 25 grand for that.
The Strat is the body is carved into dragon scales, front and back.
They look amazing.
The Telly is my favourite,
Yeah.
which is the Stark.
It's a very good showcase, isn't it, for what they're capable
What they can
of
do.
doing,
Yeah, we've got one of each coming in.
Say what?
Say what?
You'll see dragons flying out my ass before
Yeah.
before we order 75 grand's worth of
You'll turn into Gorgon with this one.
Gorgon the worried. Gorgon the financially insecure.
Yeah.
The Gilmore apparently is due in the end of next month.
Really? Brilliant.
That's what something showed on the backorder report this morning.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now, we have someone interested, haven't we? We got one of our...
I think we got 3 people interested.
Yeah, because there's someone on our Facebook was messaging yesterday.
Really?
Asking which version of it we've got. Interestingly, you said that
Apparently, yes. So
Custom Shop are taking a break with the
Relic.
So the Relic Gilmore.
The Relic Gilmore is not. It is on pause. It's not been discontinuated. It's been put on pause because production pause.
Yeah.
Because every so often, I think either when there's a number of guitars, like a run of guitars, or after a time period has elapsed, they need to get permission and renewed kind of licenses from the artist. So it's going to be coming back, hopefully.
I was going to say, I don't think Dave's worried. He's flogging it. Yeah. He's like, it's not going to be mine in about a month, so do what you want. But that was the conversation we had, wasn't it? It was like, now?
Yeah.
It's going to have the most interest it's ever had.
It's one of those real kind of bad timing kind of things. But
obviously,
the thing is with
control.
Custom Shop as well is that if you want that, you will wait a year.
Yeah.
You know, it's and they will come back, and we will get one.
Yeah.
But the new old stock, the standard one, we got one of those coming in very soon.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
As we're recording this, is one left, one right, one in the middle. So
No, but I can do that.
Can you change it during throughout the podcast? So for just a little bit, could I be extreme one way, you extreme another way, and Tom in the middle, kind of thing?
Yeah.
So let's try this, right? We all did at different points. Then let's do it like a Mexican wave, right?
Okay.
And so, I'll start extreme one way, and then end up with just like an oral Mexican wave for the listeners. Yeah, Mexican player wave.
Yeah.
Ready? No. You meant to start before I end. Right, so... Right, so...
Never done an oral wave before.
No.
Right. Let's see what it sounds like.
Yeah. Shall we get
Please.
biscuit news?
Yeah.
Seeing as that's 45 minutes and we haven't even got a biscuit news.
Biscuit News!
So, Black Star Steve,
Yes.
who is one of the sweetest people out there, first of all, he brought us biscuits.
Yeah, so he's come in strong.
He was the first ever biscuit contributor, was he?
Yeah, I think so,
not?
because he listened to episode 1, didn't he, on the way down?
Yeah.
He found us and listened to us.
But he came in and it was just you and me working that day, wasn't it, Tom, I think? And he said, listen, you got to do something. You got to listen to this. And I said, what? He goes, I've never laughed so much in my life than I have done listening to Biscuit News, but not just Biscuit News. He said, right, watch this. So he plugged his iPhone into our hi-fi in the shop, and he fast-forwarded to Biscuit News, and you can slow things down to half speed. You can speed it up like 1.5
yeah.
to double the speed, and then you can halve the speed.
Yeah.
And basically, he played Biscuit News in half speed. And first of all, it's bizarre, and then you listen to it, and it's one of the funniest things I've ever heard, because it's our kind of nonsense ramblings. But when you hear it slowed down like that, you expect the people to be stoned or drunk or whatever, and kind of, burst into fits of laughter and all that kind of thing. There's no laughter.
No.
There's just really bizarre kind of talk from us, and it is really, really funny. But when he came to visit, what a man. He brought us sugary treats.
Yeah. So he brought us 3 different types of Borders.
Yeah.
Borders biscuits are brilliant anyway.
I couldn't wait to open up the one pack. So we've had... what was the one pack?
Lemon drizzle.
Oh.
Were unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they did what they said on the tin. They were lemon drizzle.
Yeah, yeah, ridiculous. That I think, not to sort of start a competition or a riot, but without doubt the best biscuit I've had from our podcast endeavours. So the other ones we got were plain chocolate gingers and dark chocolate gingers. Now the dark chocolate gingers,
dark chocolate. No, thanks. But these are lovely.
But
you can feel the burn.
yeah. Well, Borders gingers is what Dr. Dan brought us on one of the early episodes.
Yeah.
So we were familiar with the potent ginger kick.
I've been kicked by a ginger person. Actually, I was pushed. It was in a service station not too far away from Euro Disney in 1998, and somebody pushed in front of the queue. Now it was about 3:00 in the morning, and somebody pushed in front of me in the queue, and I said, "What are you doing?" And this ginger girl turned around and told me to shut the hell up in not so nice kind of language. And I don't know if it's gingerist or not, but I said, "Why I Spuggy?" Because she was from Newcastle, or she was from Northern kind of. Do you know Spuggy?
No, what's that?
Biker Grove.
Oh,
She was
right, okay.
the ginger girl in Biker Grove. I said, "Why Spuggy?" And she turned around and pushed me. I lost my footing and I fell off a curb and really hurt my elbow to the point where I couldn't move my my elbow at all. So we were on the roller coasters the day after. I only had one hand in the air as opposed to two. And the really annoying thing was I was stuck behind it for like 25 minutes waiting for it to get served in this thing.
You ever been beaten up by a girl, Ed?
No.
I bought some biscuits earlier because I'd gone to Ponty and I was going to get Tom and Tristan a apple Danish. Didn't have any, so I ended up buying biscuits, and then she just kept adding offers. Oh, if you have this many, you get this many free. You get this. So I basically got like a old-fashioned box.
There's a huge and the box is full.
Yeah. So there's milk chocolate, white chocolate.
Oh, there's different flavours.
Yeah.
Can I have one? Well, one you haven't molested first off, but
I'll have half that if you want.
yeah, come on then, because I don't want to overindulge. Break the bread.
Also, I'm off for a curry soon. So. Right. We got some other shout-outs.
These are amazing.
They are.
Greg's. Greg's cookies. Unbelievable. Happy with that.
Guy. Oh, what a guy.
What a guy.
He come in, and he's a lovely guy. He's just a gentleman, isn't he? He's a very quiet talker.
Yeah, he is.
He was stood by the entrance of the office while I put the kettle on the other day.
Oh, that's
And
it.
As the kettle was getting closer to boiling point,
You were just losing.
the kettle was getting louder, and Guy seemed to be getting quieter.
Nope, that was just the kettle being louder than Guy.
But he's really funny. He's,
So
he brought
really dry, really funny.
So he brought us in sausage rolls last week, which kind of takes the treats thing onto a different level, doesn't it? Once we get savoury, we're getting
Yeah.
Once we get savoury, we get serious.
Yeah. So what had happened is he was in on the Friday with us, and he mentioned that every Saturday morning he goes.
Which church?
Yeah, his daughter goes to dance lessons, and they go over to the bakery and have a coffee. And he said, it's amazing. If you get a chance, go down there and try some stuff. Turned up on the Saturday. Obviously, they'd been to they'd been out and done the thing. And I'm not kidding. It was like a shopping bag full of these bags of pastries.
What have we done to deserve this? It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like we sell him things.
So I wasn't in on Saturday, and I had a call from you around about 11:30 to say, "Have you got a minute?" I said, "Oh." You can bleep that out.
I will.
You think, "Oh, what's going on? Yeah, what's happened?" And he said, "Yeah, it's a bit serious." Oh, no.
I did say that, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, wind him up. Here we go.
So it's either there's been a fallout, there's been whatever.
Someone's paid for a guitar with Monopoly money, and he took the sale.
Or we got traded standards round again. he said, right, guys just brought in the most amazing selection of pastries, of savoury pastries.
I was like,
We've
right,
got-
you got pork and apple, steak and Stilton, or leek and bacon. Make the decision now because they're warm, and I don't want them, I don't want you missing out.
so, and it was amazing.
They're brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you had the pork and apple.
yeah.
Tom had steak and Stilton.
Steak and Stilton, yeah.
I wish
Yeah.
I'd gone for that one. Because
good.
pork and apple, it tastes like a quality pork and apple, but it's steak and Stilton's a bit different, isn't it? To have in
And then
there.
leek and bacon.
Yeah, but amazing.
Yeah.
What a man.
And a pack of donuts as well.
Yeah. Oh man,
So
why? Like
I know.
he's-
It's,
Yeah.
well, and that goes without saying. A lot of the customers we get are just
Tony Jones,
giving and
right?
giving.
So we had these players come in, and he's been commenting quite a bit on Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of thing. And he comes in, buys the guitar he wants, but he gives us a pack of biscuits in the process. It's
I know.
it's kind of beyond. It's
Yeah.
wonderful, and in actual fact, I put on quite a bit of weight this last
I have as well.
3 months. They fatten us up like Christmas turkeys.
I remember saying in episode 10, I'm gonna have to join a gym.
Yeah,
I haven't joined
After
the
episode 10, I felt sick for about 4 days. Yet I carried on eating the
I was going to say,
remnants of.
do you know the problem with it was over the 4 weeks that we've had a break, there's always been biscuits here, and we've just been grazing and grazing. Yeah, it's bad.
And Matthew Richards brought in a revelation to me. Hobnob chocolate sandwiches. Well, they're kind of like the golden graham.
Golden,
No, not golden graham.
golden creams.
Golden
yeah.
creams.
Yeah,
Which
hobnob
is
and
basically like a biscuit kind of sandwich with like a cream in the middle. And so these are hobnobs with like a chocolate kind of
Ganache.
ganache.
Oh,
Chocolate ganache.
goodness.
Biscuit News!
So following on from what we were saying earlier about like the Squire Standard being a bit of an ignored gem, what other things can you
I
think
completely agree with that.
Yeah.
After seeing these two yesterday, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Why would like even the Fender reps are just like, don't bother. Why? They're amazing.
of? I'm going to grab one. Do you want to hear the door?
No, it's not the Archers.
So straight away,
Let's record some footsteps. Getting louder.
so straight away,
I love it.
the finish on the top of that does look like it could be. It's not a million miles away from Sienna Sunburst,
It's not.
but apart from that, the quality of the burst is just absolutely there. It goes
Yeah.
from like your cherry through to your kind of amber, but you've got a lovely bit of grain showing through there. You've got a 70s style headstock.
Yeah.
And the neck, it's a satin kind of back neck.
Yeah.
And I would say that from there up, from the body down,
100% agree. Yeah.
it looks like it could be a top end Mexican, maybe even entry level American.
Yeah.
Because of the grain, because of the color, the color of the pick guard. I'd say that when you feel the neck, it's a lovely feeling neck, but I'd say that is where
That's where it
you
gives it away, doesn't it?
That's where the giveaway is with regards to it being a Squire.
Yeah.
But what a guitar for 250 quid,
Unbelievable, isn't it?
and what a starting point. So if you say, right, put new locking machine heads on, or
Yeah.
I'll put a set of bare knuckles in, that is a gig
It's done.
ready guitar.
It's done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's absolutely amazing. And it's really interesting because we were having a conversation Sunday night about the Squires,
Yeah.
and we were saying, and we were with Kate. It was the four of us, wasn't it? And Kate said, "Oh, would you ever go for a Squire?" And we both went, "Yeah,
Yeah.
flipping wood." You know,
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah, you are right. There's a few appointments with it that would just make it a better, maybe. I mean, say better playing, feeling. The feeling of it is great. I think it's great.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Action is, it's set up
Yeah.
beautifully.
Yeah.
The frets aren't scratchy.
No.
Um,
And to be completely honest with the people listening, there are some times when Squires come in where we do have to do a fret polish on arrival.
and it's one of the ways that we justify, sometimes not being the lowest internet price is that when it comes in, it goes through the workshop and all these little kind of niggly bits are ironed out.
Yeah.
So, standard Stratocaster, is an ignored or hidden kind of gem. What else do you think?
What are your thoughts on the Duosonics?
Duosonics, I really like the Duosonics. I like Yeah, that's an absolute really good one actually because the offsets.
And you've set mine up perfectly. Yes.
The Mustang, with this P90 version, Duosonics or whatever. We've had a really good stock of those for ages, and we got really behind it. They just haven't done much, have they? And they should do because they're beautiful looking things. They play really well.
Really good
they're
price.
A good price point.
Yeah.
They just don't do
No.
anything,
No.
and it's is that down to us not promoting them well? Is it down to a lack of, is it a style thing?
That's exactly what I think it is. I think it's timing.
And we've not actually done any videos on those, have we?
No. Well, there we are. You said it perfectly. My absolute favourite Fender is the offset Telecaster.
Mm.
So I remember seeing one at a gig a few years ago, and it was brilliant. And to the point where I went up to the guy afterwards and I said, "What is that?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a offset Telecaster. They only made them in the 90s. You can get them, but it's like pre-built, custom-built stuff from other people." I was like, "Wicked." So like the next thing I did was just scoured the internet and found, and that's where mine is from.
Next thing you did was find his card in the car park,
Yeah.
Jimmy the boot.
Yeah, and so I just scoured the internet and ended up with the one that's been here that most people would have seen, the Relic one.
How many times have you been offered money for that? I'd say in excess of 30 times somebody's come in and said, "I'll buy that."
Yeah, but you were first on you.
I am.
I'd rather keep my job. But yeah, that's absolutely without doubt mine is the offset Telecaster. They've started doing it more recently. They had the run, didn't they, of a few colours?
Yeah.
A couple of years ago. They've got this Japanese release now.
Guy had one of those, didn't he?
Guy had one of the American ones, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really nice. I remember when they came in, stunning. But he's an offset freak. He bought the Meteora. He was our Meteora guy. So, he does love the offsets. The offset Telecaster for me, in whatever combination pickups are or whatever, is such a cool.
Is it Shergold's fair to kind of throw into the mix? I don't know. We all think that they're good guitars, really good guitars.
Yeah.
But they just haven't captured the imagination of people. Unlike maybe the offsets and the standard Squire standard, that's just not being pushed much by Fender.
Yeah.
I think the Shergold thing has been taken has been pushed as hard as it possibly could by the distributors. They really have been desperate to try and get these into people's hands. They just don't seem to be inspiring the public. And I think it's going to be one of those brands that 5 years' time it might not be about, and you're going to get people saying, "What happened to Shergold? They were great guitars. Where are they gone?" Kind of thing. It's
And that'll be the second time that it's happened to Shergold.
all right.
Because this is a revival
I
of.
thought you were going to say, and that's the second time somebody said that about a Shergold guitar.
Well, it is, yeah. Let's have Tom's top five. Tom's top five.
Tom's top five. This week's top five is musicians you may be surprised have done time in the clink. But probably not surprised because Adam said that's not surprising at all.
Okay.
Well, one of them's definitely not surprising.
Not surprising, but it's still a good story.
Gary Glitter.
No, I avoided any paedophiles.
Okay, good.
Yeah, cut that out.
Right, come on.
Number five, Paul McCartney.
Really? I imagine it's something to do with. Let's not. I was going to try and guess why, but
Go on. All right, okay. I'll say the name and you got to guess the crime.
okay.
Paul
Marijuana
McCartney.
use.
Yes.
Is it? Yeah, he was a big fan of the.
In 1980, he was arrested in Tokyo airport after marijuana was found in his suitcase.
Ah, well, one, I didn't realise it would have been so late. You would have thought it would have been kind of early 70s kind of thing. And secondly, what an idiot, carrying it on a plane.
Yeah.
So he was in jail for 9 days.
Was he? I wonder if you wrote a song about it.
Probably.
Number 4, Lauryn Hill.
Ah. Okay. I think that would be some like tax evasion.
Correct.
Is it? Ah!
3 months in prison for failing to file taxes / tax fraud.
Well,
I'm staying quiet just to see if Andrew can get 5 out of 5 now.
Number 3.
Go on, this is one I don't think you'll ever get.
Number 3, Ian Brown.
Ian Brown.
He has actually been in jail a couple of times, I think.
Is he?
This is just one of them. One of the.
He can be a bit of a nasty character, so I wouldn't be I'm really surprised if it was assault of some sort.
Correct.
Is it?
Have you been reading these?
No, I promise you. No, he got used to get in fights with fans and stuff.
Jailed for 4 months for threatening to cut off the hands of a stewardess and hammering on the door of a cockpit as the plane came into land.
Nice. He's an idiot. 2 things you don't do.
Number 4, Ozzy Osbourne.
This is the one that's not surprising.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Adam says it's quite a well-known story, but I
The one story, the one is really well known. Yeah.
Biting off the bat head.
No.
But
He did do that. He did get rushed to hospital for his tetanus.
yeah. I'd say sorry, drugs again.
So when he was 18, he was arrested for burglary.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
He stole a television which fell on him during his getaway. And he stole some baby clothes which he thought were adult clothes. That he stole to sell in the pub, apparently. Spent 6 weeks in prison.
Idiot.
So there was a second one that you'd included, which was the...
So, yeah, he was also arrested in Texas for urinating on the cenotaph, which is dedicated to those who died at the Alamo, reportedly clothed in one of his wife's dresses.
Yeah, he was in his...
Wow.
Yeah.
Sharon.
Yeah, Sharon, yeah.
But I knew that one, but I have read his biography, so that's... Yeah.
See, I don't know everything.
But it's not surprising with Ozzy, is it?
No.
At all. This one, if you guess this one... Andrew just fell off his chair. If you guess this one and guess what he did, I will pay for your Indian tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And number 1, Barry White.
Barry White.
Do you want to know how long he was in jail?
Indecent exposure.
Incorrect. Barry White was jailed for 4 months. At the age of 17, he stole $40,000 worth in Cadillac tires.
What?
Yeah. And hey Barry, spare tires, eh?
Yeah.
Wow. So Barry, that a few surprising ones there. Like Ozzy Osbourne wasn't surprised that he'd been in jail. Barry White,
Yeah,
very
Ian Brown
much so.
didn't surprise me.
And the others, you could imagine, if they had gone down for anything, it would have been for those reasons. You can't imagine, Paul McCartney stealing car
No.
radios or anything, or Lauryn Hill being a sex pest. They're all kind of quite, feasible ones for the characters that they are. So that was an interesting one.
It was good.
Thank you.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Let's try and do it in the Mexican wave one again. All right, so I'll start, then you start.
Overlapping?
Slightly.
Top 5.
Good. So, social media comment of the week.
That's staying in.
Social media comment of the week.
Now, this week's social media comment of the week was on the YouTube video, the 1 watt amp shootout.
It's one of our most popular ones at the moment.
And the commenter's name is Hannibal Barca.
I think two of his favourite things. His favourite film and favourite football team.
And the comment is, dude, your right arm appears to have some kind of mould on it. I'd see a doctor ASAP.
My right arm's got a Hindu goddess. Little tidbit. She should be blue. I wanted blue.
But for this particular video, you were actually cultivating some mold on you.
Yeah, it was
You're
just-
right.
I was just-
Yeah, fair play. Well done, Hannibal. And we'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
That's what you get for filming in 4K. You can see the spores. Spores and bags under my eyes.
So if anyone wants to make any comments about Adam's tattoos, please leave them on any of our social media platforms.
Or mold.
Don't forget, Andrew does videos too.
Yeah, not very often. Tristan started doing some videos.
Yeah, that should be in news.
Yeah. And so social media comment of the week, is that just towards Adam, or is it just a general kind of,
Well, we've got another arm of social media again, haven't we now?
another tattooed arm?
Well, social media comment of the week is for anyone.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Just that Adam hogs it.
I get the most abuse. I'm the easiest target, probably. That's right, no?
Adam, show no fear.
Social media comment of the week.
Right. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening.
It's been a joy.
It's been a pleasure. Tom, how has it been at the table?
Yeah, all right. Need a wee.
Oh, okay.
So on that bombshell, we'll see you next week. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe,
Leave a review. Hey, you never know.
blah, blah,
It could
blah.
be in next week's
Oh, yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
We read them all.
We've only had 2 comments for the first 10, so we really have read them all
Yeah.
many times. But yeah, leave us a star rating. Listen to Biscuit News in half speed. And
Yeah. Yeah.
we'll speak to you next week.
So from all of us here at A Strings,
In a
let's do it.
oral Mexican wave. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.